Coach, share your thoughts about that game and what will be your comments about your team performance.
If we look at the performance itself, I think the boys are fighting like lion. It's going to be really interesting to see the statistic tomorrow. We were speaking about the importance of trying to be aggressive. It's our home stadium, trying to have possession of the ball, dominate the game. And I think that we are doing that in big periods, especially the first 20-25 in that second half. But the thing is, we are not good enough when we're entering the last third, especially in that first half, when we regain possession quite high, and we have the possibility to sneak the ball in between fullback and centre back and centre back and centre back, and that finishing pass is lacking quality. And I think we could have hurt Žalgiris in certain situations there, but today we were not good enough when we're entering that last third.
You have minds how to be better, answers how to be better on the future on the game.
Yeah, of course, a couple of minutes after the game has stopped, you are filled with emotions, and my experience says that it's better to try to keep the mouth shut and analyze and be a little bit wiser after seeing the game again. But as I said, generally the way the boys go out there and how they're approaching the game with confidence, without not being naive, the approach I really, really like. I think this is the way forward for this team with this quality. But in the end, it doesn't matter when you have lost a game. And that is really, really painful because I know there is no justice in football. It has never been. It's unpredictable, and that is probably one of the way why we love it. But to go home after this achievement and performance from the boys with 0 point, that is heavy. That's going to be extremely painful these upcoming days.
Now we have 1 week, and the next opponent, Panevėžys, is last place now on the table.
Yeah.
It's shocked you now?
But as I said, football is probably the only sport in the world that you can dominate a game. We're talking about generally, we're not talking about our game, but you can dominate totally all statistic, possession, chances, but you can still lose the game. So there is no, how to say, black and white. Everything can happen in football. And my focus is to make this team better, to have a progress. And I see a huge progress how we are playing comparing to the first 2 games, when we're shifted back a little bit now to play with 4 defenders. But as I said, sometimes you get punished really hurt. We are losing the ball when we are building up in that first half, and Žalgiris put the ball in between the centre backs. But as I said, things happen. Those kind of things, we are in a process. The most important thing is that we learn from things that was not perfect, and we bring that with us. And then we let's break down today, but tomorrow when we see each other, we just need to move forward. That is the only way. And this process where we are at right now, we are playing good, but we are not getting anything with us. This is the developing process. It's no problem to be a coach, to be a supporter, to be in the board, or to be a player when you're winning 5 games in a row. Anyone can do that. But now we're going to find out which player that's going to step forward, that's going to continue, that's going to be self-critical, which players that going to try to flee and find someone to blame or something to blame. This is a very interesting process. And we have a good group, a self-critical group, and I'm 100% sure with really, really good environment. The feeling in the group is very, very good. And as I said before, I can't take anything away from the performance of the boys. We were just lacking a little bit of that quality in the last pass and in the last third. Otherwise, the players, they were fighting all the way.